Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing okay. Going to give you a very thorough overview of the article here. Going to cover on all of the important topics. There's a link in the description. Need to give you a trigger warning. This is absolutely horrendous. It involves the murder of a 3-year-old girl. We don't know the girl's name. It is almost certain, I'm going to say, that she was murdered at the hands of the banshee that you see in front of you, the 3-year-old girl's mother. So this scumbag's name is called Jalissa Amoya Baxter, and she's believed, again, it's almost certain that she is guilty of having murdered her 3-year-old daughter in Florida. This happened approximately 2 a.m. December the 27th, so Tuesday. Going to go through the full details as I say. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. A 24-year-old mother in Florida has been arrested after police say that she admitted to stabbing her 3-year-old daughter to death inside of their Miami Beach apartment. Her name again, Jalissa Amoya Baxter. She was taken into custody. She's been held without bond. Let me just double check that point. Held without bond. She's also been charged with 1 count each of first-degree murder and 1 count of aggravated child abuse, resulting in great bodily harm. Okay, so how this came about, or rather how the police got involved, there was a call on the police emergency line from an anonymous person. Somebody said that a child had been stabbed and killed by the mother. The line then disconnected. If I understand correctly, and perhaps I don't, but if I understand correctly, the dispatchers, the emergency services dispatchers, were able to return the phone call. They were able to identify who called, and they called the line back, if I get that correct. Perhaps I don't. The dispatchers spoke with the defendant, who identified themselves as being Jalissa Amoya Baxter, and we're told, if I'm getting this part right, I think I am, but just in case, we're told that the dispatcher asked Jalissa if she had killed her 3-year-old daughter. She claimed that she had indeed killed her 3-year-old daughter. The dispatch asked, how did she kill her 3-year-old daughter? And the banshee mother replied that she strangled her 3-year-old daughter. But then when that didn't work, she stabbed her 3-year-old daughter in the chest and in the neck. So the mother admitted this to dispatch across the emergency services line, if I'm understanding this correctly. So seemingly the mother, Jalissa Amoya Baxter, 24 years of age, from Miami Beach, Florida, admitted to having first attempted to strangle her 3-year-old daughter to death. That didn't work. So she then stabbed her 3-year-old daughter in the chest and neck. Police arrived at the apartment. They made contact with the mother. She was still there. The police also observed the body of a small black female laying on the ground with several deep stab wounds to her chest, neck, and face. The child was deceased upon police arrival. Medics were dispatched. However, they pronounced the 3-year-old girl to be dead on the scene. The police were able to recover the knife that is believed to have been used to stab the victim. It was located directly next to the little girl's body. The mother was taken into custody. In interviews, she invoked her constitutional right. So I believe that means that she decided to plead the Fifth Amendment. She decided not to talk, not to cooperate. That's my understanding. Could be wrong. I think I'm probably right. She decided not to talk. However, she had already made her statement to the dispatcher. So I would believe that that would all be recorded. So as I say, she's in a correctional centre. She's been held without bond. And we've got a couple of extra little bits of information which you may find relevant, perhaps you don't. But records show that the mother, Jalissa Omoya Baxter, was marked as a hold for immigration. A hold for immigration. So I don't quite know what that means. But I'm guessing that it means that she was applying for permanent residency or something along those lines. She was applying for permanent residency or such to be allowed to continue to stay within America. That would be my guess. Perhaps she was concerned that she would be denied permission to remain in America. I don't know. Speculation on my part. Perhaps I've misunderstood that point. We're also told that she was going through a hard time financially. Apparently, the household had the water turned off recently. Is that a relevant point? Is that a relevant point? Well, quite clearly, I mean, to be 100% clear, I'm not in no way suggesting that facing financial difficulty in any way justifies such a heinous act, killing anybody. You know, it's obviously that's not what I'm going to suggest. But I think it is fair to state that financial hardships do, I believe, I'm no expert, but I believe that, I mean, quite clearly, I think it's common sense, common knowledge, that financial difficulties is going to present enhanced mental stress to an individual. Enhanced mental stress, and in some situations that's going to be enough to make somebody mentally snap. And having the water cut off, to me, that strikes me as quite severe. Quite severe. I mean, that's pretty bad. I mean, if you have the water cut off, then, pardon my French, but then you're fucked, aren't you? How can you continue to live wherever it is you're living if the water's been cut off? Like, how can you manage that? I mean, there might be some workarounds. You go to the supermarket, you buy water, perhaps. Perhaps there's a communal tap where you can source water. I mean, there are probably some workarounds, but it's pretty severe. And I've got to say, it actually strikes me as quite draconian for the water companies, the water authorities. I don't know if they would be council run. And I don't wish to go on too much of a tangent here, but it seems kind of draconian. It seems like not the best solution to cut people's water off, to cut people's electricity off. I understand we live in a capitalist world. The Western world is capitalist. I get that. Companies need to make money. Companies can't supply their services, their resources free of charge. I get that. But can we not be a little bit more realistic about things? And again, I don't wish to detract too much from the main subject at hand here, or really the primary subject at hand, the murder of a 3-year-old baby girl. Unfortunately, we don't know her name. But I don't know, to me, I'm just feeling that the whole world is, not the whole world, obviously I'm exaggerating, but huge amounts of the population in Western nations currently face financial hardship to one extent or another. And as far as I can see, the global economy is about to collapse for one reason or another. Perhaps World War III steps up a notch. Perhaps there's a new bout of COVID. You know, we're told that there is in China. You know, that's what we're told. So we've got every reason to fear further devastating aspects to the economy in Western nations. There's going to be a lot of financial hardships. A lot of families, a lot of individuals facing severe financial hardships. Is it the right thing to do for the water companies, for the electricity companies, to cut people off? Is that the right solution? I mean, let's be real. These companies, by and large, make hundreds of millions of dollars per quarter, billions of dollars per year. I think I'm right in saying. I'm sure not in all cases, but in many cases. And what is the cost? I mean, how much does it cost to continue to supply a mother and a daughter water to their apartment? How much would that cost the water companies in total? I mean, basically nothing. What, pennies? So I don't know. Maybe I've gone on too much of a tangent here, but I just feel, as much as I'm a supporter of capitalism to a degree, kind of getting sick of it, to be honest, but I do feel that the companies or the authorities could afford to be more charitable than they have been in this case. Perhaps that's what it took to put this woman in a position where she snapped and did, the unthinkable. She killed her own 3-year-old daughter. Attempted to strangle her, that didn't work, so she stabbed her in the chest and the neck. She was found deceased when police arrived. Going to wrap things up at this point. Of course, rest in peace to the 3-year-old girl. It's absolutely terrible. I hope this woman gets the death penalty if that's available. I believe it is in Florida. Perhaps I've got that wrong. So I believe it is. I know I've gone on a tangent there, and some of you may disagree with the fact that I've gone on a tangent. Some of you may disagree with what it is that I've had to say. I just feel that, look, we are humans, and we've got a certain psychology, and seemingly some of us can break. I just feel that this kind of thing, cutting off water and just failing to assist those that are facing severe financial hardship, is just going to lead to more people having mental breakdowns, mental snaps. And with that, an increase in violence, an increase in murder. So I think I'm making a good point. In any case, I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Take care.